Good evening, everyone. My name is Dipesh. So we'll be discussing the reorder paragraph, particularly as a topic today, as a topic of discussion, reorder paragraph. It is from the reading section. We'll discuss the strategies and all the techniques that we need to solve this particular question type. We'll solve some questions, do some more questions, and then we will come up with solutions. We'll discuss all the elements that we need to focus on when we do this particular task and how it impacts our overall score. So please participate, guys. I want your participation. The more we participate, the more confident we get in doing the task. Yeah, so let me begin with the overall, like what does reorder paragraph actually means and how it falls under the category of the reading, okay? So reading is the second part. Just give me one moment. I'll quickly, can you all see the screen? Of this, can you see the slide clearly?
Yes, okay. I do.
Yep.
So yeah, that's good. So with the reorder paragraph, in the reorder paragraph, these are all the item types that you'll get in the exam, and you'll get maximum from 32 to 41 minutes to do all these question types, okay? So there are altogether 5 question types. So to do that 5 question types, you'll get maximum 32 to 41 questions. So beginning with, I'm just beginning with this question type now, reading and writing fill in the blanks. Number of questions you'll get in exam is 5 to 6 questions. And the scoring criteria, scoring contribution is towards your reading and also towards your writing section, okay? Multiple choice, choose multiple answers. Again, 2 to 3 questions, yeah? But the scoring contribution is only towards your reading section. Reorder paragraphs, the one that we are going to discuss today, the item type that we are going to discuss today, reorder paragraph. In exam, you will get maximum 3 questions, and the scoring criteria, the scoring contribution is only towards your reading section. So it is only carrying a score towards your reading section, okay? And there is another item type which is called reading fill in the blanks, also called drag and drop. So it will only contribute score towards your reading section again. And there is another called the MCQ single answers, which you will get 2 to 3 questions, in which you will get 2 to 3 questions, and it will only contribute score towards your reading section. So those are the item types that falls under the category of the reading. So within 32 to 41 minutes, you will have to finish all those item types and move ahead towards your third part before actually doing or starting your third part. You will get a 10-minute optional break. So you'll after that break, you can start your listening section, okay? So as recommended by throughout conducting multiple experiments in the exam from our experts and from our researchers, we have come up with a time management plan. So with the reading and writing fill in the blanks, which is called drop down, the maximum time you'll spend is 4 minutes. Okay, take a snapshot of this, guys, so that you will remember the time management plan. Okay, so take a snapshot. Reading and writing fill in the blanks, 2 to 4 minutes. MCQ multiple, 1.5 minutes, not more than that, please. Reorder paragraphs, 1.5 to 3 minutes, maximum 3 minutes. And reading fill in the blanks, 2 to 3 minutes. Multiple choice, choose single answer, 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, it's highly recommended. So please follow this time management plan. Time management plan. We all know the most important question in the reading is fill in the blanks, okay? Reading and writing fill in the blanks and reading fill in the blanks. They are the most important one. So that's why they need more time, okay? And how are you going to give more time towards those ones is by saving time from MCQs and reorder paragraphs, okay? So that's how you do it. If you spend too much time in reorder paragraph, what will happen? You will have no time to spend for reading and writing fill in the blanks, and you will work under pressure. You will start panicking, you will start to rush, and then you will select blanks without even reading the sentences. And that will lead you to wrong selection of blanks. Okay, so be careful, have plenty of time saved for the fill in the blanks, organize yourself, okay, organize yourself. More time needed in the fill in the blanks rather than the medium priority and the low priority task. Reorder paragraph, guys. It falls under the category of the medium priority task. It falls under the category of medium priority task. The score contribution from the reorder paragraph is 6%. Okay, it only contributes score as 6% towards your reading section, only towards your reading section. So when we say reorder paragraph, what does reorder paragraph means? Do we know that? We don't know that. That's why we are in this class. We want to know what is reorder paragraph. Okay. So in the reorder paragraph, several text boxes will appear on your screen. They will be in a random order. So your job, so the task that you need to do is you have to identify the correct order and put the text boxes in the correct order. Okay. So you'll have to put them in the correct order by using different techniques. So the skills assessed will be only reading skill, and the length of the task will be 150 words. So recommended time, 1 to 3 minutes per question. Number of questions you are going to get in exam is 2 to 3 questions. And the marking criteria is 1 mark for each correct pair. And we will also talk about what does pair means. Okay, what does pair means? So marking criteria is 1 mark for each pair. So for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 sentences, which means there are 5 pairs. So for example, if you start from A, B, C, D, E, F, which means A and B are 1 pair, B and C are 1 pair, C and D are 1 pair, D and E is 1 pair, and E and F is 1 pair. It means there are 5 pairs. There are 6 sentences, which means there are 5 pairs. If there are 5 sentences, there will be 4 pairs. If there are 4 sentences, there will be 3 pairs. Okay. Number of pairs are always less than number of sentences. So in exam, you will get several text boxes like this, exactly like this. They will be in a random order. You will have to put those text boxes in the correct order. Okay. Are we clear so far? Any questions? Any questions, guys, so far?
So far, so good. Thanks.
No.
So far, so good. All good. So we have understood what does reorder paragraph mean so far. Okay. And also we have understood the marking criteria. We have understood how much time we need to spend. 3 minutes maximum, not more than that, because it's a medium priority task. And number of questions you will get in exam is 2 to 3 questions, not more than that. Okay. And the score is going towards your reading section only. Okay. So for the first time test takers, have a look. This is your screen. Okay. In exam, you will see something like this. Exactly. This will be your screen. So there will be some text boxes on the top. Sorry, text messages on the top. This one. On your left panel, those are the text boxes that I have mentioned before. They are all in a random order. So your task is to move the text boxes from the left panel to the right panel. So drag and drop here and put them in the order. Okay, so you can click and then drop here and then put them in the order. If you don't think that is an order, you can just take it back again. So it's flexible. Okay, it's not rigid. So you can always go back and forth. So for example, if you think this is your first sentence, click that and then drop here. And if you think this is your pair for the sentence, your second sentence, click that and then move it here so that they will be in one correct order. Okay. So how do we do reorder paragraph? When we see the exam, when we see the questions in the exam, how are we going to do the reorder paragraph in the exam? How are we going to break the big problem into the small problems? How? First step, what we need to do. Second step, what do we need to do? And third, what we need to do. We will talk about this. And to do all these things, what do we need? What do we need, guys? We need our reading skills. What does reading skill reflect? Your skill for scheming and scanning. Okay. You need scheming and scanning skills to do the reorder paragraph. Please keep this in your mind. You need scheming and scanning skills to do the reorder paragraph. And why do we do that is, first, we need to find the topic, what the topic is about, the introduction sentence, the first independent sentence, the first topic sentence. It's also called independent sentence or the topic sentence. Write it down if you want to. The first sentence is called the independent sentence or the topic sentence. Okay. After we are able to find the topic sentence, now our second job is to find the pairs, making pairs, because what did I tell you before? The marking criteria is 1 mark for correct pairs. Okay. Now let's go back to this one. Our first task is to find out the independent sentence from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sentences, which means there are 4 pairs. And our first task is to find out which one comes first. Okay, which is the first independent sentence. Can anybody tell me how do we find the independent sentence? Anyone who knows or has the understanding?
I think I know.
Yeah.
So, well, I would start discarding some things, like, for example, the independent sentence has a subject, but it's not a pronoun. So everything, a sentence starts with a pronoun like her, his, whatever. Or
absolutely.
every time a sentence starts with however, connected, however, but. So I would discard these ones as introductory sentence.
Absolutely, you are correct.
And the introductory sentence should have a sense by itself alone.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, kind of.
It's independent in nature.
Exactly.
And it is the most general statement.
Yeah.
Okay, it is the most general statement, and you are correct. It's absolutely that what we need. We are using the method of elimination. We are using the method of discarding the options. We will read the options quickly, all of them, and then we will use the method of elimination and come up with the independent sentence. So to do that, we have some strategies. Okay, use the method of elimination to find the topic sentence, to find the independent sentence. So anything that's starting with joiners and connectors like but, moreover, hence, therefore, for example, eliminate that, discard that, because that cannot be your independent sentence. Your subject has to be noun. Okay, cannot be your independent sentence. Pronouns, if the subject is starting, if your topic is starting with, if the sentence starting with he, she, it, them, that, this, those, these, no way. It's not going to be your independent sentence, not going to be a topic sentence from the sentences that you've got. Okay, are we clear? So anything starting with these ones, you will disregard them and then use the method of elimination. Are we clear? So now let's do this one. Let's find out the independent sentence from here. Can we do this?
No.
So let's use the method of elimination, the one that I've just explained. Okay, I'm going to quickly read this. He convinced Professor Fitzgerald. No, it's starting with he.
No.
Okay. No, I can't put this. Professor Fitzgerald and his team. Yeah, starting the subject, starting with the name. Yeah, this might be. Yeah, I'll keep this in mind. The women were asked. Now it's starting with the. I'll disregard this. No link was found between acne and traditionally suspect. No, it is saying that no link was found, which is saying the result. Will the result will be your introduction? No, result will always come at the last. Okay, result will be your always last sentence. That is the conclusion. Conclusion will always come at the last. So this is conclusion. I can't put this as my first. I'm disregarding this. Dr. Byron. Okay, it's starting with the name. Dr. Byron has long held that there is a link between diet and acne. Okay, this might be my first sentence. Now I'm going to compare between these two. Okay, so Professor Fitzgerald and his team studied more than 47,000 women, and Dr. Byron has long held there is a link between diet and acne. And if I read this sentence, what does it say? He convinced Professor Fitzgerald. Who convinced?
Dr. Byron.
There we go, Dr. Byron. So who comes first?
Dr. Byron.
Dr. Byron. So this is my first sentence. Dr. Byron has long held there is a link between diet and acne. Okay. So I've disregarded all these sentences and come up with the solution that this is my first sentence because Dr. Byron already exists before Professor Fitzgerald here in the order. We'll have to find out the order. So this is my first independent sentence. I disregarded all the sentences starting with the pronoun and the specifics, like in the pronouns, specific pronouns like the and the result. I came up with two possible answers, probable answers, and comparing between those two in the context, I found out Dr. Byron was first introduced, then the Professor Fitzgerald, because He convinced Professor Fitzgerald, yeah? So that's why this is my first sentence. Are we clear, guys? Are we all clear?
Yes.
Okay, so this is how you are going to use the method of elimination to find out your independent sentence, okay? Now, will you get 1 mark for doing that? No, you are not going to get any score for finding out the independent sentence. After finding out the independent sentence, what do you need to find? You need to find your second sentence. And when you match up the first sentence and the second sentence, that will be called as pairs, okay? When there is first sentence and second sentence, when they are together, they will be called pairs. And for each correct pair, you are going to get 1 mark in your exam. Are we all clear?
Yes.
Okay, now let's find the second sentence. Let's find the second sentence. Which one you think is the second sentence? Please participate, guys. Anyone can say the answer. Which one you think is the second sentence?
He convinced Professor.
He convinced Professor Fitzgerald of the University of Hull to set up a study into this matter. Why? Why do we think this is the second sentence? I will tell you why. Because there is a word clue called he. And that he is mentioning that he is pointing to whom? That he means Dr. Byron. So word clue means something like this, okay? So in these two sentences, if you see these two sentences, international date line and imaginary line on the Earth's surface, yeah, this is your first sentence. And there is another line saying the date line. So these are called the keyword. They repeat in every sentence, okay? And that's how we know those two sentences come together, okay? Are we all clear, guys? And that's how we know those two sentences come together. So international date line, it's talking about the international date line, and there is another sentence which is talking about the date line. So that's how I know they are pairs together. So that's how we're going to get scored in our exam. The date line, it's still talking about that. And in the same case, in this question, what happened was, after we mentioned this as an independent sentence, out of 1, 2, 3, 4 sentences, using the method of elimination, I came up with this as being the pair for the first sentence, because I cannot put no link was found between acne and traditionally. I disregard this. The women were asked to fill in a questionnaire about the diet and acne. I disregard this. Professor Fitzgerald and his team studied more than 47,000 women. And there is another sentence which says he convinced Professor Fitzgerald. So it means there is a word clue saying he, which is talking about Dr. Byron. So that's why they are together, okay? And this is my second sentence now. I've disregarded these 3 sentences, and now I have got 1 pair. Dr. Byron has long held that there is a link between diet and acne. He convinced Professor Fitzgerald of the University of Hull to set up a study into this matter. Now I know my first sentence number A is this. I will drop down here. My second sentence here, I will click and drop down here. Now I've got 3 left. Yeah, 3 sentences left. Now I need to look for the word clues again. My second sentence was he convinced Professor Fitzgerald of the University of Hull to set up a study into this matter. Which one will be my third sentence now? As based on the word clues.
Second, professor.
Yes, why?
Second, because
Why?
it has a word clue. It's given as a Professor Fitzgerald.
Yes. This is a Fitzgerald. So this is a word clue. Professor Fitzgerald was a word clue. And there is another sentence which is starting with Professor Fitzgerald. Yeah. And if you read the context, Professor Fitzgerald and his team studied more than 47,000 women. In your second sentence, it said he convinced Professor Fitzgerald of the University of Hull to set up a study. So Dr. Byron convinced him to set up a study into this matter. And now Professor Fitzgerald and his team studied more than 47,000 women. Okay. So this is the word clue. That's why I selected this sentence as my third sentence. If I go and have a look here, the women are asked to fill a question about the diet and acne. There is no word clue to support this second and third are together. Okay. And this one, it is conclusion. So I disregard this, I disregard that, and I'm left with only this option. So now I know my first option is A, my second is B, and third is C. Are we all clear? And after putting Professor Fitzgerald and his team studied more than 47,000 women as my third sentence, out of these two sentences, which one has the word clue again?
Third one has it because it
Yes,
says
it
the
has
woman.
started with the woman. Yeah, now we know these two are pairs together. So this is my first sentence, my second sentence, third sentence, and fourth sentence because of the word clue, the woman. And I'm left with only one sentence now. That is, no link was found between acne and traditionally, which is the result. Okay, so that's how we actually dig up the questions and do that in the exam using the method of elimination. Okay, I'm just giving you an overview of how are you going to do that in the exam using the method of elimination. First, what I did is I found out the independent sentence by disregarding all the elements that will prove itself it is not independent. It is not an independent sentence, like contrasting discourse, word markers, pronouns, specifics. As I've already mentioned, please remember this, guys. Take a snapshot if you want to. So to find an independent sentence, I will use the method of elimination to find topic sentence by avoiding these things. If any of the sentences starting with these things, that is not my independent sentence. And after doing that, I'm still skimming and scanning to making pairs. And how do I make pairs? I will look for the word clues. I'll look for the word clues in different sentences. Word clues are the repetitive words, are the repetitive keywords in each and every sentences. Okay. Are we all clear, guys? Do we know what does word clue means now? Is it a yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we know what does word clue means. We know how to make the pairs. We know how to find out the independent sentence, and we know how to use the method of elimination. Okay. Now I will discuss on how to find the word clues and arrange pairs. Okay. I've got some good strategies to deal with this. I've already explained you this thing about the repetitive keywords. That's one of the word clue. Another thing. So the flow and the overall meaning. So you will also need to know to prioritize which one comes first and which one comes second. Always the order will be based on the flow flow of the sentences will be based on the chronological order. For example, 2004 and 2009. If there is one sentence saying in 2004 and another sentence saying in 2009, which will come first? 2004 will come first, and then we will talk about 2009. Are we clear?
Yeah.
If there is a sentence talking about the 19th century and 20th century, we'll talk about 19th century first and 20th century first. That's called the chronological order. Are we clear? So that's how the sentences flows, okay? And the repetitive keywords, that's how the sentences flow with the overall meaning. And the flow of the sentences will be from the most general to the most specific. For example, let's pick a word called book. Yeah, and we will understand the order of the reorder paragraphs. We'll understand the priority of the order paragraph. So if there is a sorry, if there are 4 words, book, a book, the book, and book with the column, which one I would put first as my first sentence is book. Out of these 4 words, I will put book as my first sentence because it is most general. It has no articles. So any sentences which doesn't have articles will be my first in order because of its nature, as the sentences without the article will be most general. And after most general, my second sentence will be general with the article with a and n. Okay, with a and n, for example, a book. So I will select book first, and then my second sentence will be a book. Okay, that's called the general. And in the priority order, my third sentence will be specific with the book. Okay, first I'll select book and I'll go for a book and the book, and the last in the order is the most specific, which means it'll come in the last, and that will be within the quotation mark or specifying pronouns such as this book, that book, or in the column. So that will be last in the order because it's very specific. It's particularly talking about that book. So the flow of the sentences will be from most general to the most specific in the order: first book, it'll come without the article. Second will be a book with article A and N. That's called the general. And the third will be just with the specifics. And the fourth one will be most specific with the quotation mark and like the specifics, specifying pronouns like such, this, that, etc. Okay. Third thing about the orders, full name and short name. For example, if I've got two sentences, we know that they are together because of the names. How will we know that which one comes first and which one second? So for example, if I have a sentence saying Donald Trump is the current president of the USA, yeah, and there is another sentence saying Trump has recently visited Russia. Which one will come first, guys? So first, number A will be full name, and then you'll go for the short name. Okay. So you will put full name in your first priority, and then in your order, and then you will come towards your short name. Are we clear? I can't hear anything.
Yes.
Yes.
So if you've got two sentences with the name saying Donald Trump is the current president of the USA. So what is Donald Trump? Donald Trump is a full name, isn't it? And there is another word saying Trump. It's his short name. So you will put Donald Trump is the current president of the USA as your first sentence, and then you'll go for your second sentences with the short name. Okay. Same as it goes with the creator and creation. So first you will talk about the creator. Yeah. First you will talk about the creator and then his creation. For example, Charles Babbage is the father of the computer. That's his well, he's the creator. Charles Babbage was the father of the computer. And there is another sentence which is saying computer has done well, in the field of computer there has been a lot of advancements and the whole world is relying on computer these days. So which sentence will come first? First we will put creator, we will talk about Charles Babbage, the father of computer, and then we will talk about his creation. Okay, about his creation, which is computer. We'll talk about the computer after that. Same with the past and present. First we need to introduce the past, and then we will come to the present. Same with the problem and solution. First we need to have problems, and then we talk about the solution. So that's the order of the sentences, guys. First problem, and then second solution. Same as with the idea and then example. Whereas when you talk about the question and answer, you need question first to identify the answers. So first questions and then answer. So that's how your orders in the reorder paragraph goes. Like that's how the overall meaning flows in the order. So full name, short name, past to present, creator to creation, problem to solution, idea to example, question to answer. Okay. And the articles. So this is one of the rule, and that's all the strategies here. That's how you arrange the pairs. Okay. Are we clear, guys? Are we clear? Any questions so far? Any questions regarding the strategy?
No, all good.
All good?
Yeah.
We will know how good it is after doing some task. Okay. Well, reorder paragraph, it has two different kind of when it comes to the classifying the nature of the reorder paragraph. And the nature of the reorder paragraph has two different kinds. Okay, one is descriptive in nature, one is problem and solution. So the descriptive nature reorder paragraph is the reorder paragraph which has topic sentence. It will have a topic sentence, and your second sentence will give you a relevant idea, and your third will be some examples, and the fourth will be conclusion. Okay, your first sentence will be topic sentence, as we've already explained. Your second sentence will give you a relevant idea about the topic. The second sentence will give you an idea about the topic. And then you will have another sentence which will give some example. Okay, there will be a third sentence, and the fourth will be your conclusion. That will be your result. Okay. There's another reorder paragraph, the nature of the reorder paragraph, that's called problem and solution. But 90% of the time you will get descriptive nature reorder paragraph in your exam. Okay. Are we clear? So with the problem and solution, you will have a topic sentence which shows the problem, and there will be second sentence which gives the reason of the problem, and third we'll show some examples, and fourth, we'll keep the solution to the problem. Okay, but 90% of the time, you're going to get descriptive nature rewrite paragraph in exam. So I've got a question in front of us. Okay, so we will look onto this question. We will use the method of elimination to find out the independent sentence. We will use the method of elimination to find out the word clues, to find out the pairs. Using the method of word clues, chronology of the order, and all the things that we've discussed, we will look for the word clues and understand the context. That's why you need to read the sentences carefully, okay? First, you will find out your independent sentence, and then you will look for the word clues, and then you will finalize your order. So let's do this task, guys, and submit your answers in the chat group, and I will discuss on the answers, okay? In that way, we will interact on how to find the answers, and I will show you how to do that as well. So first, I want to see how much you have understood, and please, I will set the timer for 3 minutes. Not more than 3 minutes is affordable to finish this task. As we know, the priority of the task is a medium priority task. So I will set the timer. And the question is in front of you. I want you to submit your answers in the chat group after you are done. Your time starts now. Good job, Raz. Thank you very much. Thank you, Vishnu Maya. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Mark. Okay, guys, 3 minutes up. So please submit your answer. If you're going to submit your answer, please, because that's the time you have to set for yourself, okay? Let's discuss the answers now. So the answers will be, the right order is it's already in an order. A, B, C, D, E is your right order, okay? A, B, C, D, E is your right order. So when I start doing this task, first, I will use the method of elimination now. I'll use the method of elimination to find out the independent sentence. The independent sentence I've already explained to you guys. You will have to understand the context, the most general in nature, which talks about the topic, okay? Which talks about the topic. Okay, I'll start from number E. This is giving us the message. Okay, so it sounds like a conclusion. No way, I can't put this. Teens in middle adolescence are eating fewer fruits and vegetables than in 1999. Larson and colleagues found. It's showing us that some of the study was conducted and that is the result of the study. It cannot be my topic sentence. The study gathered is starting with the specific pronoun. I cannot put this. So I've rejected C, D, and E. And I've got left with A and B now. When I read B, it sounds like it is an independent sentence, topic sentence. Larson and colleagues from the University of Minnesota undertook the study. So they undertook the study to examine whether or not teens in the state were increasing intake of fruits and vegetables. So they want to study about the intakes of fruits and vegetables. And now when I read number A, fruits and vegetable intake is important for the prevention of future chronic disease. Okay, so the topic is fruit and vegetable because it is more general in nature than the Larson and colleagues studying. Okay, fruit and vegetable is the topic because they are studying fruit and vegetable. So which means they are studying the topic. So that's why I selected A over B. So A is my independent sentence. I've rejected B, C, D, and E. I found out that A is my independent sentence. Okay. I used the method of elimination, came up with the solution that fruit and vegetable is my topic. Now, when I read the rest of the sentences, as I already know, number E is giving us the conclusion. I cannot pair them together. And also that cannot be my second sentence. My second sentence will probably be a relevant idea that will show some relationship between A and the next sentence. That will show some relationship between my first sentence. And to do that, I will need to look for the word clues and the context. Okay. Teens in middle adolescence, that is not related with the fruit and vegetable. It is related with the fruit and vegetable, but it is related with the study, about the result of the study. Okay. And it is saying the study gathered. So I will not put this as my second sentence because I haven't come up with the study. The study hasn't been introduced yet. So when I'm reading number B, this is the sentence which is general in nature compared to these ones, and which is talking about undertaking the study to examine the state when increasing the intake of fruits and vegetables. Okay, so there is a keyword saying fruits and vegetables, word clue, which relates that those two show some relationship, and also with the context, it is related with this one as in comparison with the other sentences, this has the most general meaning. So it means they are initiating the study to examine whether or not teens in state were increasing their intake of fruits and vegetables. Okay. Now I have put A and B together. Now we know that A and B are together as we have disregarded C, D, and E. I have scored 1 mark. I have scored 1 mark so far because I have put A and B together as my first pair. Now I need to find a pair for the B. I've already found the pair for A, which is B. Now I need to find the pair for B out of these 3 sentences. And out of these 3 sentences, which one has the word clue? So this one says Larson and colleagues from the University of Minnesota undertook the study. And there is another sentence which is saying the study. So this one is introducing us that Larson and colleagues undertook the study to examine whether or not, and this sentence is telling me what is the study doing. Study gathered information about fruit and vegetable intake among 944 boys and this many girls in 1999 and again in 2004. And I can put these 2 words together, these 2 sentences together because of the word study. Okay. Are we clear, guys? Are we clear why B and C are together? Any questions so far? All good, guys? I can't hear any yes or no. All good?
Yeah, all good.
Yeah.
Yep. That's good. So Raj and Daniel has performed well. They've got 4 pairs out of 4 pairs correct, A, B, C, D, and E. Well, Mark, even though you have written down B, C, D, and AE, what we need to understand is we are getting marks for each correct pair. So Mark is getting a score as BC, correct pair, because he has put B and C together. And also he has put C and D together. So he's getting how much? 2 marks. Okay. So you are getting marks for B and C, and you are getting marks for C and D because you have put B and C and C and D together. Okay. Please mute yourself, guys. You can only unmute yourself when you're asked to do that and when you get the opportunity to ask the question. Okay. Please. You have to maintain the discipline of the classroom. So that's how you do it. Now I have selected using the method of elimination A and B as a pair and B and C as a pair. Out of these two questions, out of these two options, D and E, now which one you think is a pair for the C? After C, which one will come first? This will come first. Teens in middle adolescents are eating fewer fruits and vegetables than in 1999. Larson and colleagues found, because we know the Larson and colleagues undertook the study. The study gathered this much information, and now the study found that teens in middle adolescents are eating fewer fruits and vegetables than in 1999, because there is a relationship between these three. And as we know, A and B are together, B and C are together. Now you've got left with D and E, and out of D and E, you know that this is the sentence which is showing us the relationship between this and that. Okay, within C and D, because of the Larson and colleagues found. Okay, and now you are only left with last option, which is saying this is giving us the message that we need new and enhanced efforts to increase food and vegetable intake that we haven't been doing in the past. So this is the approach. This is the approach in the exam. That's how you're going to do it. And the most important thing is to discuss the marking criteria. As I told you, Daniel, when he submitted his response, sorry, not Daniel, Mark, he has misunderstood the concept and he put B as his first sentence, but it doesn't matter, guys, doesn't matter. Try to get at least 2 pairs correct, because I know this is a complex question. So try to get at least 2 pairs correct, like Mark did. So he got B and C together, C and D together using the word clue technique. So he's able to get 2 pairs correct and he got 2 marks out of this. So I don't want you to spend more than 3 minutes. Even if you can't find the independent sentence, use the word clue technique and try to find out the relationship between the sentences and put them together. If you are able to find out the sequence of the sentences and find out the word clues and pairs, what will happen is you will get scored for putting up the correct pairs. And if you at least get 2 pairs correct, that's what we need. Okay, that's what we need. You will do that in 3 minutes of time, and then we will quickly move ahead, because we already know this is a medium priority task. So you should not be spending more than 3 minutes of time. Okay. So this was our first question. Well done, guys. Good. Thanks for participating. This was our first question that we did, and I already explained to you about the approach. We will do some more questions, and I want you to use the same approach and come up with the solution. Okay. Okay, let's do this question. The question is right in front of you, and I will set the timer again, and I will tell you when to start. You can start your task now. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Vishnu. Okay, guys, your 3 minutes over now. Your 3 minutes is over now, so let's discuss the answers. Okay. Mark, can you please unmute yourself and explain me your answer? Hi, Mark, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So the topic sentence is D
Yep.
because um
After
the
using the method of elimination, that's the most general statement, and it's talking about the topic, about the Martin Luther King.
so
Yeah.
the whole paragraph is about Martin Luther King. So this sentence
Is the first independence. Well done.
yeah,
So now,
and the
yeah.
and the second is talking about his childhood. So according to the chronological order, this
Yeah.
would be second.
Good job. Good job. It's talking about his birth in Atlanta, Georgia, at the home of his maternal grandfather. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Good
then
job.
third would be A because it's talking about the grandfather as well.
Amazing. So that's absolutely correct. That's called the word clue. So in in your second sentence, he was talking, his grandfather was introduced, the Reverend A.D. Williams. And there is another sentence which is talking about the Reverend Williams. So that is the word clue that shows the relationship between two sentences. So that's why you've got D, E, and A together. Good job. And go on.
And I don't know why I chose C, but B seemed like oh yeah. I chose C because it's talking about the church again. So
There you go. That's the correct thing.